Hello, good to have you here. And I am talking today about we're having a discussion around how to see obstacles or difficulties without having it be negative feelings that you stuff down inside. Because in the long run, stuffing stuff down instead of dealing with it can really truly make you sick. A lot of people get sick with different things. It's just, one of those types of things that if you can face it and deal with it in a positive way, and it's not easy. Been there, done that, so it's a tough thing, but as you continue to learn and grow, then it'll take you somewhere that's really beautiful. When you stop blaming and beating yourself up or, those types of things, it's so important to be able to do that. So for me, I can remember back in the day when I would want to just kind of have a do-over. I would say I want to be able to forget everything that happened and have things happen differently, have them happen better. This was terrible, and I'd have myself all overwrought and I'd be talking to God, and I know it took a while for me to start to change the way that I felt and to be able to handle those negative things are going to happen to us in our lives, and we have to be able to deal with it, or we can make ourselves really, really sick. And so I want to talk about that today, and I hope that you guys have some questions, comments, or opinions about this. And as you're as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from, and let me know what you think about this. Do you do you handle obstacles or difficulties in a certain way? And if so, let me know what that is. Um, for me, let me just go on before I had to move my little notes over because I don't want to get stuck off track, and then I'll pull them back. But right now, I'd like to introduce myself to those I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, video marketing. I use them and help those that I can help those that are a part of the people that I truly want to help, to be able to use those things to help them to get, like I said, prospects, leads, and sales. And also, I use updated and modern trending strategies and tips to help further along. So that is what I do. But I also want to state one other thing before I get along, because I have an offer for you that is what I had when I first started in being online instead of doing it the traditional old school way, using, doing things that I didn't feel good about, like bugging my family and friends. And I had no warm market. It only took a week and I didn't have a warm market. It was really rough, for a while. And then I just had to find another way, a better way. And I did that, when you have to leave your kids at home and go to meetings, and those meetings or home parties, whatever, the person doesn't show up. It's just so frustrating, and especially when someone says they're going to come. But I think sometimes people just feel like overwhelmed and they're like, well, I'll tell her yes. And, I don't mean to hurt her feelings, but I'm gonna keep moving, and they never show up, so and that's very frustrating, especially when you have to drive a long way to get there and then a long way back. So anyway, I have a guide, a blueprint, if you will, a plan, and that is attraction marketing formula. It's an awesome way to learn the things that you need to learn or that I needed to learn to help me to be able to build my business online using social media, which is great. So I'm going to have that information on the video when it's downloaded, but right now let's get back to what I was talking about earlier. So I can remember a long time ago, and one specific thing was how you do something maybe that you felt was stupid at school because the kids were looking at you like you're crazy and laughing at you, and just treating you like, crapola, and you just wish that that day didn't happen. That was me. And I wished that that day never happened when I did. I used to get attention when I was younger. I People thought it was funny when I would trip over my chair or something and fall. And so then I'd get some laughs, but then after a while they just started thinking I was clumsy and silly and dumb and just, negative things. And it was really kind of hard. But when you're really young, you do things and you don't know why. You just know you want to be liked, you want to be cared about, you want to be a part of the gang, so on and so on. So let me get into this now. So instead of trying to wish that the day would go away and disappear, instead of trying to um just try to like act like it never happened, it's a good thing to be able to look, and I have my notes here, to look at what happened and find the good. It's hard to find the good in a really bad day or a really bad time, or with obstacles, just you're tripping over them, you're just having a difficult time. Be- but it just, if you recognize stuff is just going to happen, that's the way it is all over the world, everywhere. Everyone has something that's not great that's going on, and it's important for us, for me, to find the good in that day, because everything in that day is not bad. It might just be one really rough thing, one really frustrating obstacle, and then from there, are you going to stew about that? I'm not, I learned not to stew in it, not to, you know, push it down deep inside where it's not really being dealt with. I'm trying to act like it didn't happen. I found that looking for the good, because there's always something good in your day, and to be able to find that and not let it take you down, not let it cause you to, if you need to cry, cry, but don't cry forever. Don't cry for, all day. Deal with it in a manner where you can find some good, some good. And then the next thing is, and this was really hard for me as well, finding the lesson. Not saying, well, I'll never get over that, or I can't find anything good in this or whatever. It's important to be able to deal with the obstacles or difficulties in a way where you say, okay, I can find the lesson in this. So I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to, I'm not going to feel bad about it because stuff happens. And, when you get to that point, then you're not stuffing it down inside deep where it just makes you sick. I mean, people actually literally get sick. And I was one of them. Migraines, upset stomach, stress that I wasn't really aware of, just crazy stuff. But for me, when I found out that I can find the lesson in the mess and be able to take that lesson and and put it inside and use it, and to keep learning lessons in, because everything is not perfect. Everything is not going to always be right. Everything, as we're learning and growing, things just aren't going to be perfect. And we have to be able to get through that. Keep an eye on the clock. And then I have choose to never lose. Choose to never lose. And you can choose to never lose by learning a lesson from what you've been through and finding the good. In that way, you choose not to lose. You can never lose when you have a good attitude about what's happening and what's happened, and to be able to keep moving with that. That I find really, really important. And I have some other things, but I want to be respectful of your time and my time. And just to give you something, though, that I've been through, that I've dealt with, and I will finish this up tomorrow with some other suggestions, because suggestions to help me out as I kept listening to certain people and learning and growing and being able to put my big girl panties on and just be, able to deal with the stuff that's happening and keep it moving. And that's one thing that's really important. Just, be yourself, do the best you can, but remember that these are life lessons. So you want to be able to, like I said before, you want to be able to find the good, learn the lesson, not making yourself sick by stuffing it down, but learn a lesson, the lesson, as well as choose to never lose. And that sounded pretty good to me. Choose to never lose. And you can never lose as long as you're learning something. You can look at it as a loss, or you can look at it as a thing that happened, but that you grow from it, and it's important to grow from it. So that's it for today. I'm going to have that information on the video when it's downloaded in the comment section. And I hope that you get as much out of this ebook as I did, because it really opened my eyes, gave me a different way to think, gave me a different way to view than what I was doing when I was building and I was offline and I was just chasing people and bugging my family and friends, and then that had to stop in a week because they were like, We don't know what's happening with you, but we don't want it," So anyway, that's all for today. But tomorrow I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you some more suggestions on how to handle obstacles and difficulties that happen throughout our lives. And we have to be able to deal with it in a way that's not going to make us sick, that's not going to have us stuffing negative feelings and thoughts and things down inside of us. So I don't want to keep repeating, so I'm going to go on and let it go at that. I will see you tomorrow, and that's it for today. So talk soon. Take care wherever you are, no matter what time it is. Bye now.